All right, what's up guys? It's been a while since I did a what's in my bag video, so I thought I would go ahead and update you, especially since I am traveling a ton in October and November. So getting right into it, first we have the bag. Last I was talking about the Monarch bag. I am now using the carbon bag. Honestly, they're pretty similar overall, but the carbon bag just feels like it's higher quality materials. I've, beat this thing up pretty good, I feel like, and it's still holding up great. So I have switched to this, but I still do stand by the Monarch bag is a phenomenal bag, probably still the best bag for the price in pickleball if you need to hold a bunch of stuff. So if you're looking for a cheaper bag, I would check that out. Otherwise, if you have money to spare, the carbon bag is awesome. And it just has tons of pockets, which I love. You can hold trash here. In this pocket right here, I just hold tons of small random stuff, which we'll get to in a minute. You've got these two side pockets here, which I have removed the paddles from, but you can usually hold two paddles in here. These are lined and they, can keep things cool inside of there. Got another one on the other side. We'll get to that soon. Same thing. Another huge pocket, which can also hold a bunch of snacks or random things. A giant middle compartment, which you can see, we've just got a ton of different balls and random stuff in there. Usually, if I'm carrying a ton of paddles for a paddle review, I also put a bunch in there. You've got a shoe compartment, which, to be honest, I never use because I just wear my court shoes if I'm going somewhere. I don't like having two pairs of shoes, and honestly, I find that the extra shoe compartment just takes up space in the bag and is annoying. And then, last pocket on this bag, oh, also, they do have these fence clips, which I actually really like having these because if you're at a tournament or somewhere where you can't leave it on the ground, you can just clip this to the fence, and that's something that my Monarch bag didn't have, so I'm glad the carbon bag has. And then lastly, there's this little pocket here on the bottom of the bag, which I just use to hold even more balls. So this bag is expensive. You can use discount code PBStudio to save 10% on your order, but it is expensive. So I like it. Don't know that it's the best bag on the market, but it works plenty well for what I do. And yeah, that is my bag. Okay, so right now I'm carrying 3 types of balls in my bag. First, a Dura, because I play a lot of tournaments. They're usually using a Dura. Most people I play with want to play with a Dura, so we're stuck using this ball, even though it's not that good of a ball, to be honest. It goes out around all the time, 3 games, and it's gonna start taking weird bounces. They crack, I hope this ball is eventually just not a thing in pickleball anymore, but for now it's an overpriced ball that we have to use. Next, we have the Selkirk ball, which so far I'm really impressed with. This ball is not perfect. What I found is that you're not gonna crack this thing, or at least I haven't managed to yet. We played 20 plus games on one ball and it didn't crack, but it did become really soft. And now it stayed hard for probably, I would say, 5 to 7 games. It was a very good speed, but then it did soften up quite a bit. Now, where I will say this ball has shined tremendously is in cold weather. The other day, we were playing in about 47 degrees. We played 7 games, plenty of hard-hitting people, and the ball did not break. It did not go wobbly. A Dura would have been absolutely destroyed. I'm pretty sure even a Franklin would have been broken at that point, and it plays just as fast as a Dura in those temperatures. So in cold weather, I think this Selkirk ball is gonna be top tier. This is a really good ball in cold weather. In warm weather, it seems like a good ball, but it's probably not gonna be as fast as a Dura. So huge props to this. And then I have just a bunch of these marked balls in my bag anytime I'm gonna go to the court and do spin tests. I have 10 of these, and these are just Franklins. So nothing too fancy here. Okay, next I carry 2 pairs of sunglasses. These are Oakley's in my bag. These are the Holbrook Sapphire Prisms. I just like how these look. And then I also have another pair of Holbrooks, but with a gaming lens inside of them. These are new for me. I really do want to start wearing protective eyewear more indoor. I just think this game is very fast. While most people don't get hit in the face, the higher up you go, the ball just gets faster and faster, and all it takes is one freak accident to regret not wearing eyewear. So I do have these that I hope to start wearing more. These also do block blue light, which is just good for me at night because I work really late at my computer and often have a hard time sleeping, so blocking some blue light is probably good for me. But I use these for outdoors, and use these for indoor. Next up, you guys have probably heard me talk about these in podcasts and other places, but these are just some sun sleeves, which I'm probably not gonna need here soon since we're about to go into the winter, but these are made by Story Eye. You can use discount code PBStudio to save 10% on your order. I love, love, love these sun sleeves in the hot weather. They keep your arm so cool. You would think they would suffocate your arm having something on in the hot temperature. They don't. When the breeze hits, it feels absolutely amazing. Everyone who has tried these swears by them. I now swear by them. They're cheap. They're less than 20 bucks. Amazing sun protection. Your arm stays cool. If you dump some water on them when it's really hot outside, it's even better. So highly, highly, highly recommend these. These are awesome, and I will not be going to a hot tournament without these anymore. All right, next up, this is from that side pocket of my carbon bag I was talking about. It's just a bunch of random stuff. There's a bunch of little pockets and dividers in there, so it's easy to keep it all separate. But first, I have some rubber erasers. This one's from Voler, this one's from Carbon. They all do the same thing. You could even buy the cheap ones from Amazon if you guys want, but these take up less space in my bag, and I have a number of them, so I use them. These are actually getting pretty old, so I might want to retire these pretty soon here. But yeah, these are just to clean my raw carbon fiber paddles. Also, there have been a lot of people online who use these on paddles they should not. So I'm just gonna give another PSA here so someone doesn't ruin a paddle. Don't use these on the old Engage paddles that are not raw carbon fiber. Don't use them on a Power Air. Don't use them on a 003. Don't use them on a Control Air Invicta. Don't use them on anything that's paint grit. If that paddle does not say raw carbon fiber on it, don't use these because you're gonna delete the grit from your paddle. And I have watched this happen a bunch of times, so please don't do that. Next up in here, we've got some overgrips. My preferred overgrip is Tourna MegaTac. I've got a bunch of other ones like Yonex Super Grap as well. Those are great, but Tourna MegaTac has been my favorite, so I always carry a roll of that. Then we've just got various lead scissors just for when I'm on the court. Honestly, pretty much every paddle can be improved by lead. If a paddle works great out of the box for you, that's awesome, but I find more often than not, pretty much every paddle on the market I think is improved to some degree with lead tape. Not everything needs it, but most of the time I find it makes the paddle better. So I carry these, which are a 3 gram per cut strip. These are pre-cut. I like these because when I'm on the court, I can just toss it on the paddle. I don't have to worry about measurements, scissors, nothing. I do have the regular lead tape rolls as well, but I'm not using these as much these days just because it's more of a hassle on court. And I know the weight of this, it's super easy to work with, works awesome. You guys have heard me talk about this. These are element packs. These are by far my favorite electrolyte. I love these. I have not cramped at a pickleball tournament or playing pickleball ever. And it's probably because I stay hydrated and drink these, which have a ton of sodium in them. So yes, highly, highly recommend these. They taste fantastic. Good drink packet. Absolutely love them. And then I don't have them in here, but because I ate them all, but Chomps is one of my preferred on-court snacks now. They are basically just a beef stick, but they're a healthier version of it. There's no sugar, it's low carb. It's got like 9 grams of protein. Absolutely love those. My favorite ones are the original, the jalapeno beef, and the pepperoni one. Honestly, a bunch of them are really good. You can use discount code PBStudio to save 10% on an order. If you're looking for an on-court snack, highly recommend those. I mean, as you can tell by not even having any in my bag, I like them a lot. I go through them quickly. Super easy snack on court. Scissors for the lead tape. And then this is really just for my video stuff, but this is just a tool to attach to my tripod, which I can then attach a battery pack to charge my phone or my camera. This one's made by Small Rig. Most of you probably aren't gonna need this unless you're using a pretty heavy duty tripod or bigger camera setups, but I do always have this with me. All right, so I've got 3 paddles that I am currently carrying in my bag right now. As always, we've got a 6-0 double black diamond. I still think this is absolutely one of the best paddles on the market. I love this thing. Basically, there's nothing wrong with this paddle for me. It's just a good all-around paddle. I'm so used to it at this point. I do have the pink edge guard one. I just love how it looks. I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't have anything better I can say about this paddle. I still think, even with everything coming out, this paddle is still top tier and will probably remain one of my favorites for a long time. So can't go wrong with the 6-0 double black diamond. Next up, we have the new kid on the block. That is the Gearbox Pro Power Elongated. This paddle is absolutely killer. If you guys have watched my review about this, you know that I really like this paddle. It's probably one of the only paddles that has heavily made me contemplate switching away from the 6-0 double black diamond, and that's why it's in my bag. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to use it in tournaments or not. The only thing about it is that sometimes the touch is a little bit more difficult than, say, on my 6-0 double black diamond, and my resets are something that I really like about my game. But I think I can dial it in. The extra power at the net when I can just go like this and put a ball in someone's chest is very nice. Drives are much more aggressive. Overheads are gone when they go up high enough. Like, this is just a really good paddle, and Gearbox is known for their incredible build quality, so I anticipate that this is going to be a very popular paddle, and I really like it a lot. Specifically the elongated. The fusions I don't think are as good, but the elongated is awesome. And then lastly, this is a paddle that, depending on when you're watching this, I am currently testing for the review. This is the Selkirk Control Air Invicta Deluxe. This is also a pretty good paddle. I haven't gotten to hit it a ton yet, but it is in my bag for my testing. But yeah, this is a good paddle. These three right here are really great. I think it's honestly kind of like right here, you've got an absolute reset monster, makes my resets, which are already a good part of my game, even stronger. Then you've got like the middle child right here. You get some more power, still have some really good resets, but air's a little bit more on that power side. And then right here, you just have all gas and no brakes. You could probably kill someone with this. In fact, if you buy this, you should probably buy the Gearbox glasses or something like these Oakleys and give them to your opponent so that you don't hurt their eyes and send them to the hospital, because this thing could really mess someone up. I also carry this in my bag, even though I don't really need this anymore, or I haven't needed it for a long time. This is a Graston scraping tool. It's just a little metal tool that I use to scrape the arch of my foot if I have plantar fasciitis. Thankfully, I haven't dealt with that in a really long time, but I just got in the habit of carrying this, so it's always in my bag now. Ever since I started using the Head Revolt 4.0, I have not had that foot pain. That's why I love this shoe. I dealt with plantar fasciitis for over 6 months, and I never want to deal with it again. So it's a very good shoe. Highly recommend it. The only thing I don't like about it is that specifically the top right corner is where I tend to get a hole in my shoe. But they do have a 6-month warranty, so I feel like it kind of evens it out. But yeah, that area on the shoe has been weaker for me than other areas of the shoe. But overall, my feet feel good in it. I like the shoe, so I'm gonna keep wearing it until I'm given reason not to. So yeah, that's what's in my bag, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what bag you're using and what you carry, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.